Yo, what up? It's Benjamin D'Souza here, back with another classic. And I want to do a recap of the O'Shea Duke Jackson podcast that he made, most recent one that he made with Ramil Amir. And I feel that I need to do this. And yes, I did say feel, because I feel it in the spirit. I feel that I need to do this because some of the things that he said in that podcast about being ruthless, you know, the overall sentiment of being ruthless and pragmatic as a black man out here to attain power, wealth, and influence, I totally agree with. But in my opinion, I feel that some of his methods and ideologies as it pertains to that is a little bit extreme. So I kind of want to differentiate myself from him, because I've been spitting this this cold-blooded, pragmatic, you know, predator type of shit, man, since I came and started making content on YouTube. So I don't want to be lumped in with him, you know, when I espouse my pragmatic views. I don't want people to point to me and be like, "Oh, you're one of those. You're like Ramil Amir." Nah. Yeah, I'm not like that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing against the brother, nothing against him. I just think that some of the things that, you know, some of his methods are kind of extreme. You know, I use the Yaochuan Predator as my avatar for my profile and whatnot, and I'm kind of how you say, kindred spirits to the Predator in a sense. But the thing is, you know, if you watch the movies and read the comics and whatnot about the Predator, the thing about the Predator is, even though he is a pragmatic, cold-hearted killer, you know, for lack of, you know, to say, he never preys on the innocent, you know. Watch all the movies, every single victim of the Predator is either a killer themselves, a soldier of some sort, or a mercenary of some sort, or just outright a bad guy, or the person is attacking the Predator, and the Predator is in turn defending himself. But if you watch the movie, if you come in contact with the Predator and you don't brandish a weapon or pose any sort of threat to the Predator, then the Predator will not attack you. He will not engage you. You know what I'm saying? And as far as being a cold-hearted, pragmatic person that I am, that's the approach that I take. And I didn't sense that approach in Ramil Amir's ideas that he was putting forth. So I want to make a distinction between me and him. Now, as you all know, I quote the Bible a lot, man. The three main books of my choice that I think is must read is the Bible, the 33 Strategies of War by Robert Greene, and the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Those three books are must reads, and I've been reading those books since I was 19, 20. You know what I mean? So throughout my catalog, you'll hear me reference those a lot. You know, and in the Bible, I think it was either Ecclesiastics or Ecclesiasticus. Now, I'm paraphrasing. You guys can look this up. But it said, "Don't be over righteous, lest the wicked overtake you. And don't be too wicked, lest you destroy yourself in your wickedness." To break it, you know, to put it in layman's terms, don't be too much of a goody two-shoe where niggas can prey on you. But don't prey on don't prey on others. You know what I'm saying? You gotta kind of pick and choose your spots when to be cold-hearted and ruthless. You know, you don't want to just, you know, it's not a job with a hatchet. You know, it's more of a scalpel. You know, you don't want to take the approach with every interaction, with every person that you come in contact with, of just being downright ruthless. You know what I'm saying? And that includes men and women. Let me not cast aspersions on the brother, Ramil, and say that that's the approach that he takes. That's not what I'm saying. You know, he did in that podcast with O'Shea Duke Jackson, he did say that, you know, if he would rather, you know, build a brotherhood and be upright with other brothers as opposed to bitches. You know. But, you know, I don't want to get that misconstrued. But don't be ruthless with every single, you know, don't let being ruthless be your default setting. You know, you got to pick and choose your spots when you want to be ruthless or when you need to be ruthless. You know, and the things that he was saying, like lying to women and whatnot, yeah, you can probably get more pussy if you lie to these bitches and whatnot and kind of string them along. But you don't want to put yourself in a position where you can be blamed for something. You want to be blameless as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you need to be ruthless to someone and they say, hey, you know, you're being underhanded with me, you want to be in a position to where you can definitively say, yeah, I'm being underhanded with you. This is why, because you're being underhanded with me. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be in a position to where you can't really, how you say, pinpoint and justify your actions of being ruthless, if that makes any sense. So you want to be blameless as possible. You know, it's kind of like I was saying in my prior video about the hair wig. You know, if I tell a chick that I'm talking to or whatever, that I'm dating or whatever, then yeah, you know, I want my wife or my serious girlfriend to rock a natural. If I tell her that, if I'm upfront and truthful with her about that, and she wants to proceed, you know, with our, how you say, intimate interactions, and, you know, we're having sex on a regular basis for like a 3-month period, she can't turn around and say, hey, you know, you've been stringing me along in this relationship and, you know, you're not taking it to the next level. I can say, no, I'm not stringing you along because I told you that the female that I'm going to take serious is going to have a natural hairdo. You didn't go natural, therefore, I didn't take you seriously. You know, it's a fair exchange. Dick for pussy. You don't want to, you know, you don't want to lie to the chick and be like, yeah, you know, I'll move you in, or, you know, I'll take you seriously and take care of your kid or whatever. Don't do that, man. Don't compromise your dignity for pussy. You know, that's a very indignant, to me, that's a very indignant thing to do. Now you can lay out a standard to her and say, yeah, for a female that I take seriously, these are my standards. And she knows if she meets those standards or not. So if she doesn't meet those standards, she then knows if she qualifies to be, you know, in a serious relationship with me or not. But yeah, brothers, I'm all for being cold-hearted, pragmatic and ruthless, but you gotta pick your spots, man. You gotta pick your spots, because you also gotta think, and I know a lot of people say this shit and it's so cliche, but it's so true at the same time. Karma is a bitch. You know, you don't want to make a habit out of